As always, we're going to get it started with the baseline. Knicks beating the Raptors rather easily on the road to advance to the NBA Cup semifinals. They are 8-1 in their last 9 games. Gary, I want to start with you because this tournament, it's been around for a couple of years now. What are your thoughts of a mid-season tournament here? Something that the league and Adam Silver are trying to do.
Ian, it's something different. You really don't have nothing in between seasons. You know what I'm saying? Guys are trying to gear up for something, but now you're making it competitive for these players to play in something and give the fans a different view of things. Especially they get to come to Vegas during the time for this weekend and have another special event where I've been at every year, and they have different things outside of the arena to do. I think these guys are really amped up for it. Ever since the Lakers won the first one, people want to put their banners. The Lakers went so far of putting a banner up like they won the NBA championship. But this is something for them to compete. They're going to compete. They're making it something that is going to be great for fans and great for themselves. And they can say that they won the interleague championship, and it's what these guys want to do.
So you're saying, Gary, that you, Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf, and the group, you guys would all be fired up about this tournament if you guys were going out to Vegas as a team.
Absolutely. We would be fired up. We would want to do the things to do, especially what Oklahoma City is doing right now. They're on a roll. They haven't even lost in this tournament probably. So in the leading up to the semifinals, and these guys are wanting to make a statement and say, "Hey, we're the best team in the NBA." And when people win this, I think they're telling people, "Man, we're for real." And this is what they're seeing, and this is what it's going to be. The 4 teams that's going to be in it, it's going to be a great showcase.
CP, how about you? Are you into this? Are you excited about this weekend and maybe early next week?
Yeah, for sure. And you know us, Ian, at Knicks Fan TV, we track this team from summer league to the preseason on. And so, as someone who has a vested interest in the regular season, I'm rooting for the Knicks to take this thing home after being eliminated from the quarterfinals in the last 3 years. And you heard a lot of the older players talking about how they want to win this for some of the back end of the rotation players. Some of those guys are fighting on 2-way contracts and fighting for their NBA lives. So, a little extra salary for them is definitely a good thing. But I also think it's a good thing for the league to have the Knicks finally in Vegas. You had the prospects of the Lakers making it there, but should the Knicks make it past the Orlando Magic in the semifinals and the Thunder get past the Spurs, you have a big time matchup there between your NBA champion and one of your hottest markets and a potential NBA Finals matchup.
Yeah, it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. And the prizes that you mentioned, semifinalists getting $106,000, $212,000 for the runner-up, and $530,000 for the champs. And the coach also gets that money, and I think it gets split up among the assistants, which I kind of like that feature. But for you, Gary, what do you think about that prize money? Would it be important to you to get that and to help maybe the guys at the end of the bench who weren't making as much? Would you see that as motivation? Because some guys in the league now have talked about that.
I've always seen that because when we were in the NBA and when I was in the NBA and during our time, we would always want them guys like the ball boys, the managers and stuff like that to get a piece of the pie because they work so hard doing the things that we were doing, and especially with it's going just like the NBA or the playoffs. You'll get a share and then they'll split it. These guys are not going to make too much money, and especially if they can win it and get 500,000 and then split it up, and then the guys who are on a 2-way get 500,000. That's doing something to their career. They're trying to bust their butts off and do the things that they have to do, and I think this is great to give this money. And then what it does is make these guys compete. It makes them compete for something, and then they want to be having that chip on their shoulder, not just because of the money, just because they're raising it up and saying, I won. I'm the champ, and that's what these guys want to do. And I think this is way to motivate these guys because they're making so much money. It's got to be a pride in this. When I'm there, I wanted to go home and say, hey, I'm on the playground, man. I won everything. I took the interleague championship. I took the NBA championship. I won MVP in this. And my guys talking about, man, you was killing this year, man. You the man. And that's what I would want. I would want that to happen every
we might have lost Gary there for a second. So hopefully he comes back and joins us. But CP, you look at this matchup right with the Magic Saturday, kind of an unexpected matchup here. Knicks 1-2 against Orlando so far this season. No Franz Wagner. What do you see here? Are you looking at this as any kind of a litmus test?
Big time, because I think we've already gotten to see a potential playoff matchup between these two teams, and this being the fourth matchup between these guys, and the Knicks losing the season series so far 2-1. And Orlando presents a lot of challenges for the Knicks, most notably their size and the amount of wings and front court depth that they have. They make it tough for the Knicks. They've been holding the Knicks to under their season average in terms of three-point attempts and three-point percentage. And what we just saw in last Sunday's win over the Magic is it did not come easy for the Knicks. They were only able to score 106 points, and so they had to fight for tough shots. Luckily, Jalen Brunson was able to have his way out there, but against the Magic, the Knicks are going to have to focus on locking in on Desmond Bane. He's coming off of the 37-point performance against the Miami Heat. 9 straight points in that opening fourth quarter, which really separated the Magic from the Heat. And then there's Paolo Banchero as well. And so the Magic present a tough matchup for the Knicks, but it's going to be a box office game come Saturday.
Now, will you have a watch party? Are you going to Vegas? Or what's the plan for the Knicks fan TV community?
We will be having a watch party this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. at Sweet Spot. That is in Astoria, Queens. In Astoria, I'll get the address another time, but it's Sweet Spot Astoria. If our users Google it, we'll be there starting at 4:30, free to get in, and they can RSVP at KnicksFanTV.com.
Ian CP is serious about this, ain't he?
He is. He
Glove,
is.
We've been doing this 9 years running, Glove. So
Man,
this is what we do.
listen, I got to get out to New York and get with y'all on a personal tip, man, because it sounds like it's fun out there.
Come on out. GP, I appreciate you coming back, man. I know you have to run. I just have one for you. Mm-hmm. Jalen Brunson, we all see him every night. Incredible scorer, incredible leader. I want to know, one, your thoughts on the Knick point guard, and then two, because you were an all-world defender, how would you approach defending a player like Jalen?
You know what, Ian? It's different now in this era because all the point guards are scorers now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a really, really true point guard. But with Brunson, what you would have to do is, because he's so strong and he's so crafty of scoring the basketball, you have to make him very uncomfortable. I think that you have to make him do things that he's not comfortable with. If you let him get in a rhythm and start shooting the ball and getting to the bucket and overpowering you, he's going to be effective. What you have to do to him is that you got to make him uncomfortable. And then I think on the other end, you got to make him defend and play defense and try to get him in foul trouble so that he won't be so effective. And I think nowadays with this league, with these guys that can score, you can't stop anybody. You have to contain him. I think I would get the ball out of his hand a lot. I would try to trap him a lot, get the ball out of his hand, and make other people be effective on his basketball team. Because if he gets 30 to 35 to 40, there are going to be possibilities they're going to win basketball games. But if you can slow him down and get him into that 18-point range, 20-point range, you have a good shot of beating this Knicks team. And I think I would just keep the ball out of his hand, and then I would just deny him. I would make it tough for him and make it hard for him and make him work every possible way. And then plus, on the other end, like I said, you have to make him defend too. Make him defend and then see if he can get in foul trouble, and then it will go from there.
Man, if I had a basketball genie, one wish would be seeing you guys on the floor together. It would be a lot of fun to watch both you guys at your prime. GP, if I could sneak one more in, what do you, OG Anunoby, a couple words, how would you describe him as a defender?
I think he's a great defender because of what is his body size. I think he uses his size very well, and he's strong. Him and Kawhi Leonard reminds me of each other because they're very strong, and what they do is they make you do things, like I was just saying, be uncomfortable and make it very difficult for you to score the basketball. And he uses his size and strength ability to do that, and that's why he's so good. He doesn't take too many gamble plays. He doesn't gamble a lot. He plays you solid, and he makes you work for the things that you have to get. And that's why I like him so much, because he doesn't take gambles. He doesn't take risks. He makes you play for every possession that you have.
Wow, Mr. Payton, we really appreciate your time and your insight, man. When you come to New York, get with CP. We'll hit a watch party. We'll hang out in the garden. Just let us know.
I got to come before the basketball season over, man, because I got to hang out with y'all, man. And I'll make sure I do that.